There have been a lot of gameplay tips we have put on the channel, but one thing I haven't really talked about yet on the channel is all things with your controller. There's a lot of things involved with the controller, the equipment you use like Kontrol Freeks, how you grip the controller, and getting used to all the precise movement that you need with the left and right stick. Today, I'm gonna go through all those things, give you guys some tips to help you all improve your gameplay through practicing the precise movements of a controller, to suggest some equipment you guys can pick up to help you guys with this, and finally give you some tips to help you all stop jamming PCIs, maybe get some more precise movement with your pinpoint pitching. Whatever issue you're having with this user input involved in the controller, this video will hopefully help you out with that. Let's get into it. YouTube, what is going on? Before we get into the tips, I want to say thank you for stopping by the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. In case you do not know me, my name is Scan. I upload basically daily MLB The Show tips, gameplay tips, Diamond Dynasty tips, whatever it takes to help you all get better at the game. So if you are brand new, hit that sub button down below. We're on our way to 10K subs, which is honestly wild. We do provide videos on the channel to help you all get better at the game, and I suggest you all check the videos out if you have not already. Also, if you don't know, I do stream on Twitch basically every day. If you want to hang out, ask any questions, or just watch my gameplay some more, swing by the Twitch down below. Tell us to follow over there. I basically stream every day in the early afternoon around 1-3 p.m. We'll be going live usually most days, so feel free to come hang out with us. The best place to find us outside the YouTube channel here. But without further ado, let's talk about our controller and all things regarding it. So first of all, what should you have in your controller? What kind of controller should you use? And all things regarding equipment. First of all, you don't need a crazy controller. This is worth pointing out. You don't need a, say, Scuff or Xbox Elite controller for MLB The Show. The paddles may help you, I guess, but with how the control scheme works in MLB, how the game plays, there's no need for any extra paddles in the back. So I don't suggest buying one just for this game. A regular PS4, PS5, whatever controller you use will likely get the job done. Also, as you see, I have Kontrol Freeks on. In case you guys don't know about Kontrol Freeks, they are stick attachments that go onto your stick and they extend the height of your stick. As you see, it adds some height to your setup so you can have more precision because of that extended height. Gives you more of a range of motion. So I use the Galaxies. If you're curious on which ones I use, if you want to go buy them, they're like 10-15 bucks, most of them. And I always suggest to people to give them a go in case you like them. Not everyone uses Kontrol Freeks. There are plenty of people that don't even bother using them. I always suggest paying the 10-15 bucks if you are able to. Try them. Worst comes to worst, you could save them for another game, or worst, you could just go back to the normal stick. If you have like an Elite controller, any controller where you can swap the length of the sticks, a longer stick will help you as well. And one thing I did hear about, I haven't tried it myself, but Kontrol Freek also has a product. I forgot the name of it, but I'm going to show you on the screenshot here. I have an Xbox One controller to show you here, but from using the Xbox One controller before I got a PS4, one thing I felt about the sticks is that they were very loose. They didn't have any sort of tug to them. They're very loose and jiggly. I feel like it would be tough to aim precisely. If I were playing MLB The Show on Xbox, I feel like I would have a lot more difficult time aiming accurately with the stick. And they do have a product on there where you wrap this little foam thing, I don't know what it is material-wise, around the stick, and it adds more of that tug to your motion of the right or left stick. And with MLB The Show, especially with hitting, this kind of thing could definitely help you. Your sticks become more tight, so it allows you to aim more precisely. The controller gives you a little bit more of force to push when moving the stick. So if you are someone who maybe jams the controller all the time, jams the PCIs, maybe you want to consider something like that and give that a try. I've never tried them myself, but if they are relatively cheap, I would say give them a go if that is an issue you deal with. So now that we talked about Kontrol Freeks and some of the basic equipment, let's talk about how I grip the controller for hitting and pitching, and go through some of the other things you guys can do to help you all with getting comfortable with playing MLB The Show and doing all the motions regarding hitting and pitching. Got a hand cam above my desk here, so I'm going to quickly show you guys before I go into the gameplay here how I grip the controller, and we'll use the hand cam here to go through that. I'm going to take some batting practice as we go here, just so you can see. But looking at how I grip the hitting side of things, when I'm hitting, I just use the flat part of my thumb or sometimes I'll use the tip of my thumb, usually just the flat part of my thumb, rest it on the left stick and use that to aim. I've been using this way for years now. It just become muscle memory to me. Another way you can grip it is just by using your pointer and thumb, kind of claw grip the controller. For hitting, this may be something you want to try. I tried this years back and I couldn't get used to it because some of the motions didn't feel comfortable for me, especially like reaching across the controller like this. I have smaller hands, so the best thing for me to do is to use just my thumb on top of the controller. One thing I'll do sometimes, if you guys watch me play the game a lot, is I'll move the stick around like this before I swing. And this is just to get the motion, get my thumb all like moving. So if there's a pitch down here, I can be willing to jam the PCI down here, which is usually an awkward motion down and in. I mean, another thing that is worth talking about here is where to start the PCI. And this is mostly a comfort thing here. For me, I like to start the PCI a little high. It just feels like my thumb naturally rests somewhere here. Sometimes I go inside if it's a lefty or a righty, and I'll start the PCI inside depending on which side of the plate I'm sitting on. But I normally start the PCI high. It's just what I got comfortable with. And I've gotten better at reading those higher pitches, and if it's a low pitch, moving the stick down in a more precise manner. Try to just like do different things. Start your PCI at a different part of the zone before the pitch starts. Go high, go low, go inside, go away. Another thing you could do is just track the ball with the PCI. I talked about this in my hitting tips video, but you could start the PCI where the pitcher releases and track the ball with the PCI. It's a good way to keep your eye on the ball. And all you have to do is just kind of follow the ball with your thumb. It's not the most impossible thing, but it's a good little tip to keep your eye on the ball and help you with reading pitches and tracking the ball out of the pitcher's hand. Okay, so for pitching, I do something a little different with pitching. As with hitting, all I do is just rest my thumb on the left stick and I'm good to go. But for pitching, what I like to do is I like to claw grip the right stick. Again, I think this is a tribute to me having smaller hands. As you see, my hands are very small. This is very likely a factor for me being more comfortable with this. But how I grip the right stick with Pinpoint is I put my pointer finger up top, thumb on the bottom, and I reach my hand across like this. And this allows me to jam the right stick into the outer part of the stick's area of motion in a lot better fashion. Again, I think it's because I have a smaller hand. Doing this gets me 2 fingers on the right stick and just makes me feel a little more comfortable with the going across the zone like this, or the weird motions like splitters and forkballs where you gotta go up. So I like to use the taller thumbstick on there for if I am just using my thumb like this. It's taller and I get a little bit more of that range of motion, but keep the precision as well. But a lot of people don't even use the right stick for pitching. They take off any sort of control freak or anything for pitching, at least from my knowledge. And that is my mentality behind the gripping of the controller. Keep in mind that this is what works for me. Feel free to try a combination of the grips that I did. Kontrol Freeks may be different for you. Whatever it is, it may be different for you. Try different things. Hopefully it guys led you in the right path. But I would suggest trying to change up the grip of your controller if you're struggling hitting or pitching. Maybe just a day or week long thing, however long you're slumping. Don't be afraid to change up your grip and your Kontrol Freeks or whatever you use to make yourself feel a little more comfortable. And hopefully this video helped you guys with some of those basic things with gripping the controller. We'll be doing more gameplay tips on the channel this week, so make sure you guys hit that sub button like I said before. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you all again on the next video. Deuces.